So you're thinking about making the move to Southwest Florida? Well, there are 6 very important steps that you need to do prior to moving down here. And if you're wondering what those 6 steps are, well, stay tuned. I'm Rob.Woessner and I'm with Keller Williams Realty here in Southwest Florida. And if this is your first time on my channel and you want to know everything about eating, sleeping, working, playing right here in Southwest Florida, well, take the first step and hit the subscribe button right in the corner here and click the little bell so you get notified the next time I drop a video. I'm getting so many calls from people moving here to Southwest Florida, and I absolutely love it. So honestly, if you're thinking about relocating or moving to Southwest Florida, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, however you want to get a hold of me. I've got your back when buying or selling property here, South Florida. All right, so I have been working with clients from across the country and around the world that are interested in moving. So I have developed a really smooth process for anyone who is moving here. So I have 6 very simple steps that are going to make this process super easy going forward. All right, well, step number 1. First and foremost, you have to reach out to me. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Once I get your information, we're gonna set up a Zoom call. Now, if you don't know what Zoom is, it's really just a way for us to communicate through the internet across a computer that we can actually see each other. It's like video conferencing. I just like it because it really helps us build a great relationship. We get to see each other face to face, and it really helps me figure out what your real estate goals are. All right, so that takes us to step number 2. Step number 2 is to narrow down your desired location and area. Now, I'm sure you've been doing some research on your own and looking at areas online, but Southwest Florida is really spread out. We also have a ton of gated communities that have all different types of activities and amenities, and you could be looking at areas that you don't need those areas and you're going to be wasting a lot of time and a lot of money. So because of those reasons, it's really important that we have a conversation so I can ask you very specific questions so I can really understand what your needs and wants are. So one thing I've noticed is that a lot of people get information from friends and family about what areas and communities that they should live, and they get different options on where they should move to, and a lot of times it winds up not being the place they should actually move to. That's why it's really important for us to touch base and have a quick conversation about what you really need. So it's kind of funny, I just got done with a home tour for a couple from Michigan, and they came down here and they were looking at 4 or 5 communities, and one they really liked. I didn't really think it was going to fit them, but they really had their heart set on this community. So we went there, we did the tour, and then we walked around and I showed them everything, and it actually was the first community that they ruled out. So that's why I like to do this face-to-face communication and have a quick Zoom call to eliminate a lot of wasted time and effort on your behalf and my behalf. So that brings us into step number 3. And step number 3 is building out your custom home search. So I have some very elaborate tools that I use that can really dial in the neighborhoods, the schools, the amenities, whether you want tennis courts, pickleball, golf, bundled community, not bundled community, the square footage, number of bedrooms, number of baths, possibly what level, what floor you want to live on, if you want like a high rise or something. It really helps us narrow down everything. Now, the best part about that is it really lets you see what's out there that fits your needs and your wants and your budget. So while we're going through this looking process of me sending you properties and things that fit your criteria, the more you engage, the more you click like or dislike on the properties that I send you, that helps me serve you better. So I get a better understanding of what you like and what you don't like. So during the home search process, if you do see a property that you really must go see, please do me a favor, reach out to me so I can schedule a showing for you right away. Fair enough? And that takes us to step number 4. Step number 4 is scheduling the tour dates. Now, obviously, this step is only applicable if you're going to be in the Southwest Florida area. But a majority of my clients, what they do is they let me know a couple weeks ahead of time that they plan on making the trip down here so we can get everything set up for when they arrive. So when you show up here, we meet and we go on the tour. And the tour, what we like to do is we really take an in-depth tour of these communities, and I really show you the positives and negatives of the entire community. Now, we'll arrange to pick you up either at our office, at your hotel, at your Airbnb, even the airport. Whatever you need, we'll make arrangements so that we can get together. So my goal during this tour, and what a lot of my clients say to me at the end, is they are really excited. They really feel that they've gotten a good feel for the community that they were interested in, and they really get a good feel about the area, and they're comfortable with the process. So by the time they leave, they're just really comfortable and really happy that they scheduled these tours. Now, one of the really cool things about my job is I get to go to a lot of places, see a lot of different things, and meet a lot of people. My clients ask all the time, what restaurants they should go to, where they should bring their kids, some of the good golf courses, where's a good place to go fishing, all kinds of questions that people ask me, even if they have absolutely nothing to do with real estate. So in addition to being your realtor, I am here for your resource. I don't care whatever it is. If there's anything I can do to help you, I am here to help. All right, so once we find you the house that you love, we're on to step number 5. And step number 5 is securing your lending and financing. So I've worked with lots of lenders, and I feel it's important that you get with a local, knowledgeable lender, someone who knows our market, knows the state lending laws, the restrictions, and someone who has your back after we put the offer in and during the entire process. So if you have a lender that you want to use and that you're comfortable doing business with, that's great. But if you don't, then I really prefer that you use a local lender, someone who I've used before, someone who I trust, someone who I know can get the job done, is going to do what they say they're going to do, are going to get us to the closing table, and they're always looking out for you, my client's back, and making the process as smooth and seamless as possible. So I do have some preferred vendors who I use, and some of the best parts about that is they don't want to lose my business. Now, you might just be one client, but I refer them lots and lots of clients. So they're going to work extra hard for my clients to not lose my business. So this really helps me keep all the ducks in the row and helps me represent you the best during this whole process, so we're not rushing around and things are getting screwed up. But if you do have a preferred vendor, that's fine. If you want to use my vendor, I have plenty that I recommend who I do business with on a daily basis. And now that takes us to step number 6. And step number 6 is getting you through the buying process. So a lot of my clients do not live here. A lot of them live in other states across the country and around the world. So even though most people have bought a house prior to moving down here to Florida, they're just not familiar with the buying process that we have in this area. So my job is to help you through this process. And I know that buying a home or purchasing a property somewhere else is a very emotional and stressful process. So it's one of the biggest decisions that you may be making in your life also. So my goal is to help eliminate or alleviate as much stress and pressure and make this a really seamless transaction. Now, I really care about how you feel during this process and how I represent you through the transaction. So the process, starts with putting the offer in, getting it accepted, the inspection period. Then we go over the different types of inspections that are going to come up, some that may not be applicable to the state you live in and may strictly just be something that happens here in Florida. So there are just so many things that come up during this process, but I want you to know that I am a high-level expert. And when it comes to all of this, and we can help you through those decisions and make you feel comfortable when we get those reports back, and how we're going to mitigate those issues and how we're going to get over all the obstacles that come up during this process. I think we all know that there's no perfect house, but we will get that house to be as perfect as possible by the time you move in. And with my expert negotiation skills, we can maneuver through these transitions with a very smooth process. One of the things I'm really proud of in my business is that I've really adapted technology to a really high level. So what I mean by that is I make you feel like you're here. So if you can't be here for certain inspections or certain things that come up, I make sure that I provide you all the tools necessary so that you feel you are here. I have really made a lot of changes in my business to help people move and relocate here to Southwest Florida to make sure that I give them the best experience possible. So those are the 6 main tips that are going to make your life so much easier when moving to Southwest Florida. So I want you to know that I'm available anytime, day or night. I never stop working. I get calls from people all the time moving and relocating here to South Florida, and I absolutely love it. So please give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, however you want to get in touch with me. I want you to know that I'll always have your back. Now, I do a ton of videos about things happening and what's going on here in Southwest Florida. So look through my channel and watch those videos. And I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And I look forward to working with you soon and earning your business. Until next time, take care.